Kanye West is just seemingly out of control. I want to play his latest video, now deleted obviously, but this was him talking to Dave Portnoy, in which he said this.
Dave Portnoy, I don't know you. I saw you was tweeting. I have no idea who you are. We was going back and forth joking, but when you start talking about telling people that my coin is not real and you're trying to play with my money, now this is the last time that we're going to be talking online.
Now, that was a response to Portnoy calling him the worst human alive. Kanye, though, spent the last 3-4 weeks calling himself a Nazi, saying that people should go and whip Jews. He's wearing swastikas now, and he's just been on this incredibly unpleasant anti-Semitic, pro-Nazi tear now for several weeks. First of all, Mark, from a legal perspective, if you encourage violence against an ethnic group, like the Jewish people, for example, then that is not covered by any First Amendment protection. So it does beg the question, does it stray into criminality? And if so, why is he allowed to keep doing this on X, which is a big social media platform, where it clearly breaches multiple rules that they have there? What do you make of what is going on with him? Because he's got 32 million followers. It's not an insignificant thing that he's doing by amplifying pro-Nazi sentiment, swastikas and so on.
This is obnoxious speech. It probably crosses every line that you would want, except it's not criminal speech. And that's the problem. We don't criminalize this. The law is fairly clear. And so it probably, as you said, I haven't looked at the X rules and regulations as to posting speech, and probably my guess is that they would find some kind of Title 230 refuge, if you will. But the fact is that it's not criminal. It can be repugnant, it can be obnoxious, it can be all of those things, but it's not a criminal violation.
I mean, Matthew, a lot of people are sickened by what he's doing. A lot of people in the African-American community, in the Jewish community, in every community, frankly. I'm in the white Irish Catholic community, and I'm repulsed by him. What do you make of it? I mean, he was one of the biggest stars in the world, and now he just seems to want to just offend absolutely everyone he can in the most egregious manner.
Kanye has very real mental health issues. I've met Kanye. I did a thing on this years ago that ended up where I said Kanye is suffering, whether it's manic depression. I'm not going to diagnose him, but the cat knows how to act when he wants to, and he has these episodes. And you can't possibly think that this man is of his right mind to get on TV with a bleeping swastika on. I feel bad for the dude. I don't feel bad for anybody who's. I don't think he doesn't appear to be manic, but he certainly is going through something. And I mean, are you trying to commit career suicide? Are you trying? I don't know. I know when I've met him, I've come away multiple times thinking that, that is really good. He has some good handlers because, man, and they'll keep him upright. They'll keep him upright and conscious because he sure is keeping the money coming in. But there's no one who's met him who's come out and says, no, Kanye's completely mentally okay, and I'm not going to pile up on him. I mean, obviously, it's as racist. If he stood in a white hood, it would just be. It's the same. Limited rules. Whether it's an Armenian genocide, whether it's a Jewish genocide, whether it's the Hutsis versus the Tutsis, whether it's the African slave trade. If we can't agree that that's bad, we shouldn't be talking to each other. This cat is out there on an island, and what else could it be? Because it's hard to believe someone who has children who are Armenian and he has women who are of other. I mean, this guy clearly has something wrong. I mean, it's not much of a medical diagnosis. Or my history and everyone I know.
Yeah, I mean, or Brandon, he just is a monumental dickhead, as I posted on X, and enjoys the attention. And is a supreme narcissist, and he just wants to be a massive dickhead morning, noon, and night. And he thinks the best way to do that is to. Yeah, well,
I agree with that.
I interviewed him. Honestly, I interviewed him for 2 hours, and I asked him specifically about mental health and stuff. I did not get the feeling, funny enough, at the end, that he was necessarily mentally ill. I just got the impression, Brandon, of a massive narcissist who just loves pissing everybody off. in the most
Well,
attention-seeking way he can.
Well, I'll say narcissism is a mental illness as well. So I think he's suffering from mental illness and he wants a lot of attention. I mean, to have his woman out there half naked everywhere to go after he cried on TV and complained about Kim Kardashian, he got little girls, he got kids.
Yeah.
I think he's suffering partially from mental illness, but he's also insanely ignorant and wants so much attention that he's willing to wear a swastika and say all this crazy stuff. The reason it doesn't bother me, because I don't take him seriously. It's like somebody
the
saying
problem,
Donald Trump is a racist.
Was that,
I don't take him seriously whatsoever.
I hear you. But Lord Jamar, just finally, we've got to wrap it up. But my issue with this is he's got 32 million people following him on X as he's spewing this stuff. And when for me, the absolute disqualifying moment was when he actively told his followers, 32 million people, that they should go and whip Jewish people. Right? At that moment, you should not be on that platform anymore. I don't know why Elon Musk lets him carry on. I just think Elon Musk has got millions of people are removed from X all the time, including under Elon, for breaching their very tight rules about harassment, about inducing violence, and so on. Why is Kanye getting this pass?
Listen, I don't agree with his speech. I do agree that he has the right, as long as this doesn't cross into criminal lines, he has the right to say these things here in America. But I think a point that I think he's trying to make, that he may be doing a very poor job of doing it, is that he's trying to also bring light to the fact that these record companies who have millions and millions of followers, who often have CEOs that are Jewish, it just happens to be that, they will promote records that, like drill music, let's talk about, that actually causes murder and mayhem in the Black community. So I feel like part of his point that he's trying to make is saying, if this speech is bad, then that speech is bad. If I shouldn't be promoting this swastika and talking all this negative stuff about the Jewish community, then you shouldn't be promoting lyrics that put the Black community in harm's way, as far as promoting things that gun violence and turning our women into whores and all this other type of stuff. I think that's one of the things that he's trying to do, but he may be doing a horrible job of making his point.
Honestly, I think my theory might be the most accurate, but I appreciate all of you coming on.